a bit of context عن our client. طبعا معلش الكيس كلها يعني نستعرضها بالانجليزي بس عشان انه يعني عشان المحتوى بالانجليزي. طيب. So our client is Super Soda. Super Soda is a top 3 beverage producer in the United States that has approached McKinsey for help designing their product launch strategy. Super Soda is an integrated beverage company that leads its own brand design, marketing, and sales across the value chain. So they own the entire value chain from production to bottling to packaging to distribution. Super Soda has a considerable number of brands across carbonated and non-carbonated drinks, 5 large bottling plants throughout the country, and distribution agreements with major retailers. Super Soda is evaluating the launch of a new product, a flavored sports drink called Electrolyte. It's a sports drink that's designed to replenish energy with sugar. Typically, sports drinks are designed to replenish energy with sugars and electrolytes or salts. However, this product, Electrolyte, has been formulated to focus more on the replenishment of electrolytes and has lower sugar content compared to other sports drinks. But the company expects this beverage to capitalize on the trend away from high sugar products and basically need our help to design the launch strategy. But the case is structured in with 3 as 3 questions. We'll go into the first one for now. For the moment. So the first question, and it's usually in most cases, first question is a conceptual question. There's no calculations. It's not a number-based question. It's usually conceptual kind of question to see how kind of creative and well thinking the candidate can be. So in our case, the first question is. When wanting to design this launch plan as we discussed, what key factors should Super Soda consider when deciding whether or not to launch Electrolyte? So what are the areas or factors that Super Soda should keep in mind or should analyze to make the decision of whether or not to launch the product? I'll pause here. Give you guys a chance to think about and participate. Trying to simulate an actual interview. 2-3 minutes, and then let me know if you or kind of open the floor for anyone to take a crack at try answering the questions. Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Farah. Thank you, everyone. This is. What Sandifin is a solution. It's not necessarily the only solution, but I think you covered or you answered most of the elements. And for these questions, usually how we structure the answer is almost as important as the content in it. It's very important to be exhaustive in your answer so you don't miss anything major. But it's also important to structure it in a right way and kind of present it in an easy to follow way through what you did and through the kind of the tips or the pointers that I shared. The second question is kind of moving on from that and when wanting to review the key factors that Super Soda should consider. We gathered some information about the sports drinks market in the US. And what we can see specifically is the total market size, which is 8 billion gallons. 95% of it is energy drinks, which is not what we're focusing on, and 5% is electrolyte drinks. Within the 5%, within this 5%, there are two major brands, Cool Sweat and Recover Plus, and the remaining 70% are other companies. So the question is, based on this chart and based on the information that will follow, what's it called? What share of electrolyte drink, or what share of the market should electrolyte or product, or does electrolyte need to capture in order to break even? So there are three points of information that you have, and by the way, so these 3 points are usually, in these kind of questions, the interviewer waits for the interviewee or the candidate to ask about specific. Sometimes waits for the candidate to ask about specific numbers before giving it to them. So it's never presented on screen like that. It's usually, actually, there's no screen sharing, but for the sake of practice, we have it this way. So the information that you have is the following: each bottle of electrolyte is 16 ounces, or 1/8 of a gallon. Okay, and its price is $2. So it sells for $2. That's information number 1 and number 2. Number 3 is that each bottle costs us $1.9 to produce. Right, so it costs us $1.9 to produce, and we sell it for $2. Point number 4 is that in order to launch it, the capital cost or the fixed cost that we need are $40 million US dollars. This includes market expenses, costs of production, distribution, etc. So again, the question is, knowing all of this, what share of the market would electrolyte need to capture in order to break even? I'll pause here. I'll let you think about it and crunch through the numbers, and feel free to share answers in a private chat so that you don't either spoil the answer or confuse other people. And then, like, maybe let's do 5-10 minutes max, and then we can discuss a few answers. And by the way, I know that I'm the only thing standing between you and the weekend, so I'll try not to go over the the allocated time and then finish around 8 p.m. Okay, shall we discuss? I guess. Muhammad, I see your hand is raised. Do you wanna go ahead?
Yes, thank you for this course.
My pleasure.
It was amazing until now, mashallah. So from this information, we know that the market share is 8 billion gallons. However, the only market share we are focusing is 5%, which is 400 million.
Okay.
So this is our focus, our market. From our data, our margin is only 5% from this $2. So 10 cents to get the break even, which is 40 million. Actually, we need about 400 million bottle. So I think, if I'm not wrong, this is the same market, the total market.
So 400 million bottles
to break even, which the fixed cost.
And the market is how much?
400 million, actually.
400 million what? Is different.
Okay, gallons.
400 million gallons, 400 million bottles. Okay. It's different.
Exactly. The one bottle is 16. Okay. 16
one bottle is 1/8.
Different.
Exactly. One bottle is 1/8 of a gallon, basically.
Okay. Now I get it.
Okay. هو الأساسي هاشم. Do you want to share? Do you want to share how you got your the answer that you shared on the chat?
Okay, sure. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are talking about 40 million gallons in electrolyte drinks. So, and our margin is $0.1 per 1/8 of a gallon. So each gallon we sell, we are getting $0.8, and we have a total of our initial investment is 40 millions. So we need to sell about 50 million gallons, which represents 12.5% of the market, of the electrolyte drink market.
Okay. I think I'm not sure if I followed there, but I think that's close. Let me quickly show the answer. Yeah, exactly, 50 million gallons. And by the way, I'm not sure if any of you guys, sorry, I forgot to mention this. I'm not sure if you guys, any of you used calculators, but they're typically not typically, they're always not allowed in the cases. So, you know, try to get used to again, if you used calculator in this one, try to get used to doing the kind of mental math you know, mentally, so that you don't get the numbers wrong or the calculations wrong and during the case. Okay, so as Hashim mentioned, the 12.5% is the right answer, and you can go through the the details later and kind of compare them with your calculation. Moving on to unless anyone has any questions on previous one, moving on to the third question, which basically says that Super Soda executives believe that the company's position as a top 3 beverage company gives it strategic impetus toward achieving the desired market share. However, they ask the team to outline what would be needed to achieve the target 12.5% share of the electrolyte drinks market. I'm sorry. So the question is, what would Super Soda need to do to gain the required market share for electrolyte following its launch? And this is, by the way, again, kind of shifting back to a conceptual type of question rather than analytical. Again, I'll give you guys some time to think about it and give an answer.
Can we go back one slide, please, to know how did we obtain the 12.5%?
We can, but I don't want to spend too much time. You can go over it later. This is whether this is a public case. It's on McKinsey's website. I just want to wait or want to spend the time to finish the case and then go over any Q&As in the end.
Yeah.
But
okay.
you have a specific question, and by the way, I'm happy to stay after the case, after the workshop, 5-10 minutes to answer any specific questions. But by the way, all of this is on McKinsey's website. It's a public practice case. You can find it there, and you can find also like 5 other examples or practice cases that you can look at. Okay, any thoughts? Feel free to just unmute and go, because I don't see who I make a kind of what says recently hand raise and a previous one.
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I have a couple of ideas. So the first idea is to strengthen their distribution channels, to target the right distribution channels, and to better understand what their target consumers are, and hence allocate more distribution channels in areas where these target consumers reside. The second thing is to have like better attempts, better like marketing efforts in terms of more attractive packaging compared to its competitors, collaboration with food bloggers and influencers to market for their products, The third point is, or would be, to make discounts offers for like school students or for university students, because it goes without saying that this market segment is very dynamic, and like they like to purchase everything that is trendy and that is in, and hence they would be more prone to purchase this product. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, I like it.
Can I go?
Muhammad, yeah, تفضل.
Yes.
Sorry, I can't see the hand, so go ahead.
It's okay. Thank you for letting me go. So I have 3 steps for this strategy. First, I think they need to do a research on their target market. It can be by taking in general the market, or even through competitors. After that, they need to implement some marketing mix strategy and STB strategy to understand who is the real target market before go and waste their money. After that, once they go for first stage, they have to take the feedback and analyze the data to make sure that is it their target, or they need to adjust it to make it better.
Okay. Okay. How would you link those to, them being, kind of as I mentioned, like a top 3 beverage company? How does, them being already at the top is, or, how is that, I think, can be most utilized in the answer that you present? Hamad, if you have, feel free to, or Kareem or Iman. I can see now who's there.
Can I answer that one?
Yeah, go ahead.
So considering that they're already a top 3 soda company, they can go ahead and propose, or actually obligate the retailers that they provide their products to, or the, let's say, for example, the outlets or the shops that they provide their products to actually take the new product as an obligation, in order for the same retailers to take the old product and continue selling it. So considering that there's already a market share for the soda product, they can use the soda product to push the electrolyte, the new product in the current market.
Okay. So okay. Any other thoughts?
Yes, I have an answer.
تفضل إيمان.
Okay, so it's mainly a marketing task. So the marketing team should take this task and focus on it and make 3 main steps. First of all, making the marketing strategy, and then implement this marketing strategy. Third, get the feedback. It's almost like what they said, get feedback and make changes on the marketing strategies to truly get into the marketing share that we're looking for.
Okay, so branding, marketing, what else?
It's mainly marketing, because we are trying to get to the market share.
Okay, that's fair enough. Great. Anyone else failed?
So adding to everyone else, I think they could provide more flexible payments to the retailers and give them assurances on the product, like, so that the retailers feel more comfortable buying and putting these products on their shelves.
Okay, I like it. Lastly, Badr, before we close.
Yes, I think it's a marketing task, but it's also has an economic background. So studying the demand, the general demand, and bundling, all these stuff. And honestly, I see it like studying the market and the demand of the market, distribution centers, all these things might fall into an economy task. It could be. So I think it's honestly, it's between marketing and economy, like departments. They could solve this problem or fulfill the shareholders wants.
Okay. طيب, thank you, brother. Thank you, everyone. I think we have similar answers on consumer preferences, branding and marketing, and operational capabilities. طيب, I think that's the end of the case. Have a few more minutes if you have any questions, either regarding the case, regarding consulting, regarding the interviews. The floor is open. And again, I know 9 minutes. I mean, if 9 minutes aren't enough to cover questions, feel free to reach out to me individually, and I'm happy to answer any questions. So opening the floor, and Faith, I'm not sure if you had like a forum before that people asked, or can just keep it open.
So let's start the Q&A, and then we can end the meeting. I can give my last.
Sounds good.
So guys, does anyone have a question?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go.
تفضل حازم محمد.
السؤال الأول، الجواب اللي سويناه، هل هذا الفريم ورك اللي نحن هنشتغل عليه؟ بالسؤال الأول.
ايش قصدك بالفريم ورك؟
يعني احنا عندنا كي فاكتورز. هذه الكي فاكتورز اللي نحن استنتجناها، هذا الفريم ورك يعني اللي بنبني أعمالنا اللي بعدها عليه يعني.
فهمت عليك. مو بالضرورة. هو يعني الأسئلة مكتوبة ويعني خلاص نفسها. ف يعني إجابتك ما راح تحدد يعني السؤال اللي بعده بشكل مباشر، لكن ممكن الانترفيور يعني عشان تسيميوليت كذا an actual case ممكن يقول لك يعني they might كذا try to lead the case حسب جوابك. واحيانا يكون في المثال اللي اخذناه ما كان هذا الوضع، لكن احيانا يكون في الكيس كي تكون متفرعه، فلو الكانديديت ركز على شيء معين يصير the case will go in a direction، لو ركز على شيء معين فممكن زي اللي ذكرت يعني يصير، لكن in this case it wasn't. كانت خلاص 3 questions هي نفسها، بس انه just opens the floor.
Okay. تكافي.
Okay. For the usual tests or interview, are there limited questions or framework?
So
or
or is it?
Yes. Or is it open? For example, we cannot decide if it's maybe it's gonna go for 7 or there's no specified number.
يعني there's no specified number really، بس غالبا تكون 3 إلى 4 أسئلة أساسية at least في initial round. round 1 round 2 غالبا تكون 2 3 not 2 3 4 questions. أحيانا تكون أكثر، بس غالبا تكون يعني within this يعني within this range.
Okay. Is there a specific time for each to answer?
No, but usually the whole case takes 45 minutes usually.
Okay, great.
Yeah, any other questions? Okay. If that's the case, فضل sorry, Fayyad, we can end here?
Yes, thank you everybody for attending this session. Thank you, Ibrahim, for giving us your time. I hope that everyone learned something useful. Inshallah, good luck to your for your future endeavors, and follow us on LinkedIn to keep up on the latest updates. We will have some additional sessions next term, inshallah. And that's it. Thank you, Ibrahim, and thank you everybody. Have a good day.
My pleasure. Good luck and enjoy your weekend.